NASCAR Winston Cup drivers and teams were off this past weekend, but the Busch Series drivers were in Martinsville, Virginia to run a 300-lapper, which was part of the Miller Genuine Draft 500 Classic. That's the race that was postponed because of the blizzard back in March. But it was an exciting race, and I'll tell you, Ward Burton and the Hardy's team have really gotten on a roll here recently. They seem to have the Hoosier tires figured out and everything else about their team because they came home to the winner for the second race in a row. For the highlights, here's Bill Weber.
Today's Busch Series highlights brought to you by Texaco Haviland. Add more life to your car.
The 32-car field rolled out for 300 laps with Hoosier tires leading the way. Butch Miller won the pole, and outside row one, the Hardy's Buick of Ward Burton in pursuit of a second straight win. There were problems right from the green flag. Robert Presley's car would not come up to speed, dropping him deep in the field, and Rodney Combs spun in turn 4, igniting a chain reaction that sent rookie Hermie Sattler into the grass and Bobby Labonte for a spin on the front stretch. Once the action truly got underway, it was a racing replay from Orange County. Burton's Buick on Hoosiers pulled away from the field with ease. Miller ran a solid second in the Food Country car, while Mike Wallace, Jeff Burton, and Chuck Bound all gave chase. Tommy Houston was one victim of the tight turns, spinning in traffic in turn 4. David Bonnet brought out one of 10 yellows with this spin, sharing the same caution with David Green, a victim of a crowded turn 4. Green's troubles continued when he was black flagged on the restart, but he was saved from being lapped by this multi-car incident in turn 1 that collected Combs, Steve Grissom, Ed Barrier, and Roger Sawyer. As the race roared to the halfway mark, Miller and Burton finally fell back in the field. Ward relinquished the lead to his brother's Baby Ruth Ford on lap 143. The leaders finally got the caution they needed just past halfway when Tom Peck's engine expired and the SK Tools machine bumped with Bonnet in turn 1. David Green emerged as the race leader on the restart on lap 167, followed by the man who owns his car, Bobby Labonte, who was subbing for his brother Terry in the MW Window Chevrolet. Just shy of lap 200, Robert Presley and Ed Barrier slugged it out for a couple of laps before the two finally tangled exiting turn 1. The cars were okay, but NASCAR parked the drivers for the rest of the race for being too aggressive on the track. Green's run for the win ended on lap 216 when the Slim Jim Chevrolet dropped a cylinder and Ward went by to retake the lead. Down the stretch, Miller lost a motor, Todd Bodine's fiddle-faddle car was forced to the pits with a rear-end problem, Grissom lost a rear tire, then lost the handle, sending Michael Rich into the wall in turn 4. Jeff Burton had a steering box go bad and needed all the help he could get in the final laps. Ricky Craven started 19th and had another good run in the DuPont Chevrolet. And rookie Hermie Sattler continues to sparkle in the Virginia is for Lovers Oldsmobile, carrying his car to a 4th place finish and building a comfortable cushion in the race for the Penrose Rookie of the Year award. But no one ever threatened Burton. The Hardy's ride took the checkers by 3.5 seconds over Bobby Labonte. Ricky Craven finished 3rd.
Did you ever imagine at this point in the season you could win 2 in a row, let alone dominate as you have the last 2 weeks?
Not really. I tell you, we left Daytona. We had a second-place car. We had a very good shot at winning at Bristol. Freddie and all the Hardy's crew just been putting such a good car on. I mean, when the car's right, it's easy for me.
Well, as you can see, the point standings are very close between Steve Grissom and David Green. Their next race is at Nazareth, Pennsylvania on Sunday, May 23rd. We need to take a short break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the day in the life of a race team, the Chuck Bowen team, and we'll also have a story on some NASCAR Winston Cup drivers visiting a short track. And as we leave you for this break, here's the balance of the finishing order for the Miller Genuine Draft 300.